Hi there. If you've ever bought anything from me, you'll know that I usually offer that people can reach in and pick themselves out a little heart. I leave the ties on them so you can either sew them onto something um, or use it as a gift tie. I often use these as gift ties. Anyway, I gave one to someone yesterday and she was really keen to learn how to make them. So that's my video tutorial today, is I'm going to show you how to make these. I can't take credit for the design. I can't remember where I saw this. I saw the pattern years ago, and it's one of those things that when I've got a scrap of yarn, I just make them. So when I have some yarn left over at the end of what I'm making, I make a few hearts and throw them in the jar, and then when people buy something from me, or just if I just want to give someone a little gift, I give them away. So it may be something that you'd like to do to just brighten someone's days, perhaps give them a card with a little heart on it. Okay, so we're going to make a chain, or a slip stitch rather, popping that onto the hook, and we're going to start with 4 chain. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do 3 double trebles, and to do that we're wrapping the yarn around our hook twice. We're going to work into this very first chain, and that's the stitch that we're going to work all of the following stitches into. So we go through there, pick up our yarn and pull the loop through. So there are 4 stitches on the hook. Wrap the yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to repeat that twice more. So yarn over twice, into this very first chain, all of our stitches are going in there, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So one more of these double trebles. So double treble is what it's referred to in Australia and the United Kingdom. In America it would be referred to as a treble, but I'm going to try not to use the American terms today. We're just going to stick with the UK terms. So we've got our chain to start with, so there's actually 3 chain, and that 4th chain is the stitch that we're working into. 3 double trebles. Now we're going to do 3 trebles in the UK term. Yarn over, working into that first chain and pulling through the loop, and we've got 3 loops on the hook for our treble. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're doing 2 more of those. So if you like, at some stage I can break these stitches down a little bit more slowly. I'm just going to show you the heart today, so I'm assuming that people have maybe a little bit more experience than some of you, but if you haven't got much experience, if you just watch this slowly, put it into slow-mo mode, and you should be able to follow along. Okay, the next part is we're doing the point of our heart, so down to the pointy bit. We're going to do 1 chain, and then we're going to do 1 double treble. So that's the yarn over the hook twice, working back into this same stitch, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, 1 more chain, and now we're repeating what's on this side back up in reverse. So we've got 3 trebles, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I should have pulled out a bit more yarn there. And then we're going to do 3 more double trebles. So that's with the yarn wrapped around twice. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to finish off with 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. So that's the same way we started. And to finish our heart, we're coming back in through here. We're just going to pick up that loop, finish with a slip stitch, snip off your yarn, and pull that through, and voila, we have a little heart to either sew onto some fabric or use it as a gift tie, maybe pop on a little clip. Young girls might like a little heart in their hair, or young boys might too. So yeah, there are lots of uses, just a nice little thing. Perhaps you can pop that on a card and send to Grandma if you're not getting to see her at the moment, and or just to share a little bit of love around. So they're very simple. So repeating that, we start with 4 chains. We use the very first chain as our stitch we're working into, so that leaves us with 3 there. We do 3 double trebles with the yarn over the hook twice, 3 normal trebles with the yarn over the hook once, 1 chain, 1 double treble, 1 chain, 3 trebles, 3 double trebles, 3 chain, and then go through there and do a slip stitch to finish off. So there we have it. Now, I promised I would also show you the version without using a hook. So this was using the chunky yarn, and this is a little bit more fiddly. So yeah, just see how you go with it, but you can certainly work it without a hook. And as I say, using the chunky yarn is going to be best. You can use any ply of yarn to make these, just use the hook that's appropriate for the size of the yarn. Okay, so we're doing a slip stitch, and we're going to make a 4 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll just pull that loop back. Now I'm going to use my finger as the hook there. So I wrap the yarn over twice. I'm working back into this very first stitch. So I'm going to poke through there, pull a piece of yarn through, like so, popping that onto my finger, wrapping the yarn around, and take 2 loops over, yarn around again, 2 loops over, yarn around again, 2 loops over. So I'm essentially just using my finger as a hook. So there's 1 double treble. We're going to repeat that, yarn around twice, going in through this very first stitch, so you can see where the stitch is worked into, going in through there, pull back a loop with your yarn, like so, pop that on your finger, and then wrapping that around your finger again, pull off those first 2 loops, yarn around, pull off those first 2 loops, yarn around, pull off the last 2 loops. So we have 2 double trebles. We're going to repeat that, working back into this very first loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Oh, what have I done there? I must have dropped something. So yarn around twice. So it's a little bit more fiddly, probably working on your fingers with this one. So I've got that loop on there. I think I dropped that loop before. Yarn around, taking those 2 loops off, yarn around, 2 loops off, yarn around, 2 loops off. So we've got our 3 double trebles. Now for 3 trebles, so just the yarn over once, still coming into this very first loop, grab that yarn through, yarn around, pull off 2, yarn around, pull off 2. So repeating that twice more, yarn over, working into this first chain, 3 loops on our finger, yarn over, pull off 2, yarn over, pull off 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3 double trebles, 2 trebles, we want 1 more. So yarn over, pull through 2. So it's just a little bit more fiddly perhaps, but still something that you can play around just with some chunky yarn and no hook. So we're doing our 1 chain now, 1 more double treble, back into this same stitch, yarn over, pull off 2 of those loops, yarn around, pull off 2, yarn around, pull off 2. 1 chain, and that's made the point of our heart, 3 trebles, so once you get into the swing of it, it's quite relaxing doing this. You can do it just while you're watching the telly or sitting out in the sun, sitting by the fire as the case may be today. Been pretty fresh here in Tassie. So that's 3 trebles now, and we're going to do 3 more double trebles. So I haven't tried doing this with children. I don't know if maybe this one starts to get a little bit too many wraps around the fingers to keep under control, but yeah, just see how you go with it. It's just, as much as anything, I just wanted to show that it was possible. So we need 1 more of those. So you can work with any size yarn. The thicker yarns will need a thicker hook. Finer yarns need a finer hook. And you'll find that generally on the label there will be a recommendation for the size hook to use. Now we're going to do 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and then to finish off we're going back through this original stitch, and we're just going to pull that straight through there. So that's our slip stitch, and I haven't got much of that yarn left now, so we just tighten that up, and there we have a big chunky heart. So that one probably make quite a nice little cozy. You can see my grubby cup there now. So yeah, that would be another good little project. So hope you enjoy that. Bring a little bit of love and hearts into your life today. Okay, bye for now.